Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as we are getting set for high school tournament baseball this afternoon here on Home Country Radio, 98.5 FM, AM 1600, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. My name is Brian Wilson. We're sitting here in Fonda, Iowa tonight for a first-round Class 1A matchup between the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines and the North Iowa Bison. This is the first game of a doubleheader tonight here in Newell. The second game will be the Mustangs against GTRA. That's the second game tonight. The winners will meet up on next Wednesday, the 5th, back here in Newell. So West Bend-Mallard comes in 5-14 on the season. North Iowa comes in at 5-16. Now these teams met earlier this year, and it was a Bison win 5-3. So the Wolverines trying to avenge that. North Iowa trying to move on to the second round here this evening. The rest of this district bracket on the bottom half, you got Bishop Garrigan hosting a doubleheader tonight. You'll hear the Bishop Garrigan St. Ed's game that's going on tonight. They'll take the field around 7 o'clock. The game going on at this time is Harris Lake Park versus West Hancock. That's the first game tonight over at Bishop Garrigan. Top half of the bracket, Hartley Melvin Sanborn taking on George Little Rock, with the winner advancing to play top-seeded Kingsley Pearson coming up on Wednesday. North Union, they are at home tonight. They'll take on Trinity Christian. The winner of that gets either MMC-RU or South O'Brien in the second round as well. So that's the district bracket here in Class 1. Actually, the entire Substate bracket, I should say. Districts 1 and 2 meeting up in Substate number 1 next week. Now the Wolverines, they are the home team tonight. Their lineup looks like this. It'll be Wes Anderson leading off and playing left field. Carson Schneider at second, playing second base. Mitch Stevens hitting third, catching. Colton Hoover batting in the fourth spot. He was playing right field. Tyler Fogarty in center field, batting sixth. Batting fifth. Houston Nielsen at shortstop, batting in the number 6 spot. As Max Fair pitching, and he is batting seventh tonight and getting set for first pitch as Max Fair winds and fires just off the plate outside to Brendan Price of North Iowa as we are underway here in Newell, in Fonda, I should say. 1-0 offering stays a bit high, quickly 2-0. And on the season for the Wolverines, for the Bison. Price takes that one low. Brendan Price comes in to this game hitting .405, hitting .279. His on-base percentage .405 on the season. And he's quickly ahead 3-0 here against Max Fair. Fair, a senior, record of 2-5. He's thrown 40 innings, 40 2/3 to be precise. The 3-0 offering on the way. That's high for ball 4. And a 4-pitch walk here to Brendan Price. Fair on the season, 40.23 innings pitched, allowing an batting average of .277. 43 hits. He's given up 36 runs, 26 of them earned. It's a 4.48 ERA. He's struck out 63 and walked 42 on the season. As Price aboard, a leadoff walk. That one swung on and missed by Charlie Schaefer. He's batting second, playing shortstop. Hayden Minders in the third hole, and he's playing first base. Anthony Eisel batting fourth, playing third base. Well, that's low. 1-1, the count evens up to Charlie Schaefer. Jamison Kramersmeyer will do the pitching. He'll bat fifth. Gavin Grunhoff playing center field, hitting sixth for North Iowa. Also for North Iowa, Carter Copen. He's catching. He's number 9. Carter Copen is catching and batting seventh. Kevin Hagan playing left field and batting eighth, and Walker Johnson batting ninth and playing right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes right now. That one stays high from Fair. Charlie Schaefer. Even count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the season, Schaefer hitting .267. No homers, 7 RBIs. With Brendan Price over at first base. 2-2 count here to Schaefer. Fair from the stretch. Swinging and a miss. Got the fastball by him upstairs, and there's 1 away. First out of the inning for the Wolverines, and here comes Hayden Minders. There's Minders hitting .322 on the season, no homers and 9 runs batted in. Trying to get Brendan Price to second base with 1 away here. Stretching the pitch by Fair is at the belt, but a little bit high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Listening to high school tournament baseball tonight here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube stream. This one popped foul out of play. Straight behind him, evens up the count at 1-1. Some fireworks being set off tonight over in Fonda. They were setting them off right behind the field during the national anthem. Count evens up at 1-1 to Hayden Minders. Fair. Peers in, gets the sign, comes set. Checks the runner quickly. The pitch in the dirt, 2-1. 322 feet down the left field line, but then it jets out a bit. 326 down the right field line here at Fonda. And just over 360 feet to straightaway center. Quick throw over to first there by Fair, but Price back in plenty of time. 2-1 the count. Just underway tonight here in Fonda. The early game here in this doubleheader. The stretch of the pitch. Just missed low, and the count goes to 3-1. Said Wolverines 5-15 on the season. North Iowa 5-16. Then that's Max Fair was warned earlier, and that one was a balk. He did not hesitate, came set, and didn't pause. And so Price goes to second base on the balk. Minders digs in, up 3-1. Hitters count right here. A stretch by Fair and the pitch. Swung this one, dumped into shallow right center field. Nobody's going to get there. No. I was going to say a diving effort. Price comes around. Diving attempt by Colton Hoover for the Wolverines. Bounced off of his glove. As Minders probably ruled a hit, and then 9-4 on the putout. 2 down, nobody on, but the Bison have struck first. Fastball stays high and away to Anthony Isley. 1 ball and no strikes. 15 pitches thus far for Max Fair. From the windup and the pitch. That one stays high as well. 2-0 quickly. 2 balls and no strikes. The windup and the pitch. That stays high and away. 3-0. It's Fair behind once again. That fastball right down the middle for a strike, but Isley taken all the way. They wind up and the 3-1. Down the middle again, got a pass. Isley that time, and the count goes full 3-2. And he comes all the way back. Strike 3, a swing and a miss there by Isley. And that'll do it for the Bison here in the first. They get no run, or they get 1 run on a hit. No errors, they leave nobody on base. After a half, it's North Iowa 1 and West Bend-Mallard coming up here on Hometown Radio and Home Country Radio, KLGZ.
When you're in need of a new grain cart, your first stop should be Dietering Brothers in Bancroft. They offer Parker grain carts. Why go with Parker? It's simple. They're known for their performance, capacities, and durability. The Parker models 1142, 1154, and 1354 will impress you with their exclusive inline features that allow lightning-fast unloading. Get the job done better and more efficiently this harvest. It's simply the best grain cart for your operation. That's Dietering Brothers in Bancroft, offering Parker grain carts. Stop in for a visit today and see how you can experience lightning-fast unloading.
Postseason baseball and softball brought to you in part by these sports boosters.
Greg Penny and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Neil Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments for Rent.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Tom Eischen Sales, Coral Moors and Green Mountain Grills.
Down to Earth Tree Service, the area's #1 choice in tree removal.
Bill's Auto and Truck Repair for all your repair needs.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
We come back to Fonda. North Iowa takes an early 1-0 lead over West Bend-Mallard here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. 1-0 going bottom 1. West Bend-Mallard will send up Wes Anderson, Carson Schneider, and Mitch Stevens here against Jamison Kramersmeyer. Now on the season, Kramersmeyer comes in. He's got a record here of 0-3. He's thrown 29 innings. He's allowed 39 hits, 39 runs, 30 of them earned. He's hit 19 batters, walked 17. Excuse me, he's hit seven batters, walked 19, and he's struck out 26, an ERA of 7.24 coming in. As Max Fair stands in, or excuse me, shouldn't say that, Wes Anderson stands in for the first time, swings at the first pitch, skies it out into shallow center field. Coming on and making the catch for the Bison is Gavin Grunholt, and there's quickly 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out for Kramersmeyer. 1 down for Carson Schneider. Schneider, a freshman, comes in hitting .286 on the season. He's got a double amongst his 11 hits, 2 RBIs coming in. Kramersmeyer ready to go. The wind up in the pitch. Little off-speed offering at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Mitch Stevens next, followed by Colton Hoover, Tyler Fogarty, Houston Nielsen, Max Fair, Sam Fair, and Jason Ackridge. Quickly 0-1 here to Schneider. The wind up from Kramersmeyer in the pitch. Another off-speed offering, slapped foul by Schneider. 0-2. Kramersmeyer ready to go with the 0-2 offering here. Another curveball. This one chopped slowly just towards our spot on the third base side of the dugout. Still 0-2. I said these two teams did meet earlier this season. It was North Iowa coming away with a 5-3 win. They got 3 runs in the first 2 innings and tacked on runs in the third and fifth to secure that victory. Kramersmeyer ready to go. 0-2 offered once again. Another breaking ball. This one's in the dirt. It's smothered behind the plate by the catcher, Carter Copen. He makes the throw down to first in time, and there's now 2 down. A lot of curveballs thus far for Kramersmeyer. So strikeout, 2-3 on the putout, and there's quickly 2 away for Mitch Stevens. Tall right-handed batter. Comes in hitting .327 on the season. Swings at the first pitch. Pops it up. High pop up on the infield grass. Second baseman takes a couple steps back. It's squeezed there by Price, and that'll do it for the Wolverines here in the bottom half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 1 complete, it's North Iowa 1, West Bend-Mallard nothing. Back after this on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
To keep your appliances in tip-top shape, look to North Iowa Appliance Center. They provide a superior level of service to their customers. They'll check your appliances for problems, then offer an effective solution on repairing them or buying new. The name your friends and neighbors trust, North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest. Carrying Maytag, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and Amana.
We've got a phenomenal staff, and they're very committed to not just our 360 some schools, but the 70,000 male athletes that we provide programs for. That's what we try to keep in focus as much as possible, and that keeps us going. That's the fuel that kind of makes that train run.
Been with the Athletic Association 22 years, currently one of the assistant directors under Mr. Keating, and serve in the capacity working with our student outreach services, and also am the bowling administrator, former golf administrator, and then work with our corporate sponsors and advertisers with regard to association publications, website.
So currently I'm the administrator for football, swimming, and track and field. As part of that, it's helping schools and officials with rules interpretations, organizing the state events at our different venues, communicating with officials, hiring officials, and assigning officials for the postseason competition.
I'm the director of officials, and then I'm also the sport administrator for wrestling and golf.
I help manage all the officials in the state of Iowa, make sure they're fully registered and have all their stuff completed prior to the season's beginning and the postseason.
Right now I oversee the sport.
As we come back, leadoff single here for Jamison Kramersmeyer for the Bison. That video went a little longer than we thought, so we missed that one. Sorry about that. But Kramersmeyer able to get a single on the first pitch here from Max Fair, and they've got the leadoff man on in the top half of the second inning. Bison already leading by a count of 1-0. This bunt up the first base side by Gavin Grunhove rolls foul, just foul. That was very close to the line over there. So the count goes to 0-1. As Kramersmeyer saw the first pitch and lined it in between short and third. So he's aboard with nobody out. Gavin Grunhove stands in for the Bison. Grunhove, left-handed batter. Trying to bunt once again. Bunts foul right off the catcher Stevens' mask, and it's quickly 0-2. So Max Fair. Oh, we got time for. Oh, the ball got thrown back in there. So, or no, it didn't make it off the screen. Bounced back. Nobody went and got it. So quickly 0-2 here to Gavin Grunhovd with Kramersmeyer aboard. Grunhovd digs back in the box. Probably not bunted on an 0-2 count. Fastball called. Strike 3 to Grunhovd. And there's quickly one away. One down. Kramersmeyer still over at first base. Stretched by Fair in the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good cut there by Carter Copen, the catcher for the Bison. Quickly 0. Fair from the stretch. Checks the runner at first. The pitch swung on, popped foul out of play. Quickly 0-2 now to Carter Copen. Trying to find a way to get Kramersmeyer into scoring position here with just one out. Kevin Hagan waits on deck for the Bison. That's Fair. As I say, that one, I was waiting for the umpire to call it. In fact, Fair did the exact same thing. He did not pause. He came set and then threw pretty much immediately. And sometimes that's just when the pitcher's got to take a breath. Happens to a lot of them. You get in a hurry, trying to you get ahead of the count, trying to keep it going. And long pause here from Fair. Fastball high and away. 1-2 here to Copen. Kramersmeyer now in scoring position. Lights not on here. Cloudy skies in Fonda, but that one called on the corner for strike 3. Back-to-back looking strikeouts here. And now there's 2 away for North Iowa. Kevin Hagan stands in, left fielder for the Bison, his first at bat of the game. Takes one just off the plate away. 1 ball and no strikes. Hagan comes in hitting .083 on the season. Stretching the pitch. That one's on the corner, called strike. Count evens up at 1-1. A stretch by Fair, long pause, then that one's high. Count goes to 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Kramersmeyer at second for the Bison. That one's in there for a called strike at the belt. Count evens up at 2-2. Fair. Long look at Kramersmeyer at second base. Comes set in the pitch. That's strike 3. So after the single, Fair strikes out the side, and that'll do it for the Bison here in the second inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave a runner on base. After 1.5, North Iowa 1, West Bend-Mallard nothing. Back after this here on Hometown Radio, on Home Country Radio KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Our postseason baseball and softball games are brought to you in part by these sports boosters.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 19th Street in Algona.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
American Glass, for all your glass needs, think American.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, collision specialist, we meet by accident.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle, passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio.
Bringing you this game on the radio.
The Red Power Team is your genuine Case IH dealer for tractors, combines, planters, tillage equipment, and more. They have an experienced sales team ready to work with you to learn what fits your operation. See them today about a new tractor or quality pre-owned combine they have available. Red Power, your genuine Case IH dealer in Bancroft, Corwith, West Bend, and Humboldt. Family-owned, team-centered, customer-focused. That's the Red Power way. Online at redpowerteam.com.
Come back to Fonda. West Bend-Mallard trailing 1-0 here, bottom half of the second inning. Colton Hoover, Tyler Fogarty, and Houston Nielsen due up against Jamison Kramersmeyer, who only needed 6 pitches to get out of the first inning. Wind up in pitch. Off-speed offering low, but Hoover can't hold off, and he swings and misses for strike 1. It's Kramersmeyer doing a good job keeping the Wolverines off balance thus far. They wind up in the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss by Hoover, and it's quickly 0-2. First one was a low fastball, maybe a changeup, but that one the big hook, and Hoover unable to get it. No balls and 2 strikes. Kramersmeyer ready to go. Breaking ball stays a little bit high and a little bit outside. Count to 1-2. It's Colton Hoover on the season, hitting .283. He's driven in 8 runs on the year. So this one chopped back up the middle. Shortstop charges. Throw to first is in time to get Hoover, and there's one away. Good play there by Schaefer. Took his time with the throw, put it right on the money. One down. Shooting off the fireworks right now, and nice if they could stop that. Tyler Fogarty standing in for the Wolverines. It's Kramersmeyer, the pitch. That's high for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Fogarty on the season comes in hitting .186, a pair of RBIs. Has 1 double amongst his 8 hits on the year. Stretching the pitch. This one swung on, ripped down the right field line. That's a base hit right inside the bag there at first. Fogarty's going to turn and head for 2. Now he's going to come back to the bag. He made the turn there, but thought better of it. He's got the first hit of the night for the Wolverines with 1 away here in the second. Houston Nielsen standing in. Sophomore hitting .250 on the year. He's got 10 singles, a double, and a triple amongst his 13 hits. As Fogarty leads away from first base. Short lead right now. Kramersmeyer works from the stretch for the first time. The pitch. This one's swung on, chopped hard towards third. Fielded there clean. They throw to second is in time. Throw back to first in time. It's a 5-4-3 double play. The ball was hit hard by Nielsen, but right to the third baseman. 5-4-3 twin killing, and that'll do it for the Wolverines here in the second. No runs on a hit, no errors. They leave nobody on base. After 2 completes, West Bend-Mallard trailing by a count of 1-0. Back after this here on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Hometown Radio. Here on Home Country Radio KLGZ and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
At Security State Bank, we focus on local families, businesses, and farmers. Decisions are made locally. We live and work in your neighborhood, helping to keep our local community vibrant and growing. We're involved in local community events. We believe in personalized service and advice that meets or exceeds your expectations. We're Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Bankers who believe in you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
More postseason sports boosters making these broadcasts possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Holmes Animal Clinic. Animals large and small. They love them all.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Toll.
Style Salon. Your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Signworks Inc. for signage, custom shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country.
We head to the top half of the third inning. North Iowa still with a 1-0 lead as Max Fair gets back to work. A fastball strike to Walker Johnson. Quickly 0-1. Fair ready to go quickly. That one's low. 1-1 the count. At 5-4-3 Houston Nielsen, but a nice grab there at third base by Anthony Isley. And he turns it into a double play to end the inning. That one's out of the zone as well, 2-1. As Walker Johnson stands in for the Bison, hitting .057 on the season. He's driven in 4 runs, though. Wind up in the pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Going back to the top of the order, and Brendan Price. After that, it's Fair adjusting his shoelaces. Kind of a steamy night here in Fonda, no breeze. Cloud cover right now. That pitch is at the knees for a called strike. And down on strikes is Walker Johnson. That's the 4th straight strikeout looking by the Bison, and there's 1 away. Brendan Price walked and scored the only run of the game back in the first inning. Wind up in the pitch by Fair. At the belt for a called strike, 0-1. Charlie Schaefer on deck. Fair ready to go. Gets the sign. Wind up in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. The 0-2 offering. Just off the inside corner. 1-2. Didn't miss by much there. This one, swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Brendan Price, and there's 2 down.
Next up, number 2, Charlie Schaefer.
7 strikeouts now for Max Fair already. Schaefer struck out swinging his first time up. He wind up in the pitch. Right down Broadway for a called strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike. They wind up in the pitch from Max Fair. Swing and a miss. Lunging at that one was Schaefer. Didn't step towards the ball, just kind of waved his bat at it, trying to get it. 0-2 the count. Fair looking for a 1-2-3 frame. And that's strike 3 on the outside corner. And that's 7 straight strikeouts for Max Fair. And the Bison go down in order, 1-2-3. We head to the bottom half of the third inning, still 1-0 in favor of North Iowa. We'll head to the bottom half of the third inning right after this here on Home Country Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Are you looking for a low-risk product with the security of a CD but with a guaranteed higher interest rate? Hi, this is Alex Albert with Central Financial Group, and we are currently offering American Life multi-year guaranteed annuities at top-tier industry rates with current 3- and 5-year guaranteed interest rates over 5%. Contact myself, Doug Marlowe, Andy Jansen, Alex Schwark, or Jerry Binkendorf. Guarantees provided by annuities are subject to the financial strength of the issuing insurance company, not guaranteed by any bank or the FDIC. Excess withdrawals made during the withdrawal charge period may result in charges.
Bottom half of the third inning, West Bend-Mallard trailing 1-0. Max Fair, Sam Fair, and Jason Ackridge will bat for the first time. As Kramersmeyer winding fires for North Iowa, bunted up the third base line. That's going to die in the grass, and Max Fair is going to be there. A throw by the third baseman, Isley, but no chance to get Max Fair. That was a perfect bunt.
Number 9, Sam Fair.
Infield single, and Max Fair is aboard to lead off the third inning. With the recent rain, the grass has perked up here in Fonda like it has in many fields across the area. We haven't had much throughout the full season, but now we had a little rain, and grass is growing once again as Sam Fair stands in for the first time. Max Fair over at first base. Kramersmeyer from the stretch once again, the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back, 0-1. Kramersmeyer only needed 13 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. Sam Fair stands in, hitting .296 in the season, does have a home run, 7 RBIs on the year. Tall right-handed batter stands in, stretching the pitch. Fair's running, Max Fair's running. He was going to have it stolen anyway. The ball popped out of the mitt from the catcher, Carter Copeland, so really no chance on that high breaking ball. So stolen base by Max Fair. He's in scoring position. First time the Wolverines have threatened tonight. Sam Fair stands in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Max Fair leads from second base. Stretching the pitch. One popped up, foul to the right side. It's going to be out of play, and it's 1-2. As Isley is standing right on the edge of the grass there at third base. Nobody out and a runner in scoring position for the Wolverines. Bottom half of the third inning. Jason Ackridge next, then Wes Anderson. Kramersmeyer from the belt. Stretching the pitch. That one's, it was over his head, but Sam Fair couldn't. Kramersmeyer. Standing in, Jason Ackridge, a third baseman for the Wolverines. Freshman comes in hitting .083. Does have an RBI on the season. This is only the 9th game that he's played on the year. Stretching the pitch. That breaking ball stays high from Kramersmeyer. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the order, and Wes Anderson due up next. From the belt, Kramersmeyer, a quick glance at Fair out at second. Throws that one over the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kramersmeyer gets set. Glance at Max Fair, the stretch on the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Big cut there by Ackridge, but didn't come up with anything. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kramersmeyer gets the sign he wants, shook off a couple. From the stretch, just off the outside corner, count evens up at 2-2. Max Fair led off this inning with a bunt single. Now he's out at second base, but now there's one away. Kramersmeyer from the belt, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ackridge went one above the letters, and he's down on strikes. Second straight strikeout for Kramersmeyer. He's now got 3 on the night. Here comes Wes Anderson, top of the order. He flied out to shallow center field his first time up. And they are pretty deep out there in center right now. Kramersmeyer from the stretch. Breaking ball over the inside corner for a called strike. The pitch is dropped, and Fair's going to slide in safely out at third base. Heads up base running there as Carter Copen dropped that ball, so Max Fair took off. Stolen base on that one for Max Fair. Now the tying run in scoring position, but 2 outs. 0-1 the count here. Bottom half of the third inning, 1-0 in favor of North Iowa. West Bend-Mallard, though, with the tying run over at third base. Anderson trying to deliver for the Wolverines. Kramersmeyer wrecking ball again over the heart of the plate. 1-2. Now when you got to see the ball out of the pitcher's hands and realize where it is and where it's going. Kramersmeyer ready to go. He wind up and the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3 after he gives up the bunt single. He strikes out the next 3 batters and gets out of it. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left for West Bend-Mallard here in their half of the third. We head to the top half of the 4th inning. It'll be still be 1-0 North Iowa when they come to bat here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Postseason sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio. Brought to you by these sports boosters.
Farmer State Bank, serving the communities of Whittemore, Algona, and West Bend.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, where community connects.
Erpelding Excavating. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Prism Wealth Advisors, your roadmap to financial freedom, serving Algona and the surrounding communities.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Top half of the 4th inning. This one popped up foul and heading over to third base. Ackridge makes the catch of foul territory as Hayden Minders goes after the first pitch and pops out to foul territory. Nice play by Ackridge over there in the foul ground. 1 pitch, 1 out for Max Fair. Anthony Isley stands in. He was retired his first time up, 0 for 1 of the night. 1-0 North Iowa here in the top of the 4th. Fair, wind up in the pitch. A little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes. Fair's now thrown 47 pitches. That's 20 more than Kramersmeyer. This one was low, but chopped at by Isley, and he fouls it off, hit himself in the foot. Ball and a strike. Kramersmeyer actually coming up next for the Bison. That one's low, and Isley lays off. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Fair winds and fires. That one stays low and away, and it's now 3-0. 3 balls and a strike. Isley stands in. Wide stance. Wind up in the pitch by Max Fair. Doing a little extra mustard on that one. Got it past Isley, and the count goes full. 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fair from the windup. The pitch. Swung on, popped up. It's going to get out of play off to our left. Good hustle by Ackridge, but that one's well out of play down the third base line. Count remains full, 3-2 to Isley. Here in the top half of the fourth inning, we're looking to our northwest, the Fonda Pool over there. Looks like we got quite a few kids over there today. 3-2 on the way from Fair. Off the plate away, and that's a walk for Anthony Isley.
Next up, number 50, Jamison Kramersmeyer.
First walk he's issued since the first batter of the game. So Fair has a runner aboard here with one away and stands in his counterpart, Jamison Kramersmeyer. And the runner going on the first pitch got a great jump, and the throw down's not going to be in time. As Isley got started right away, Fair hadn't even released the baseball yet. And Isley taking attention. And Isley into scoring position for Kramersmeyer, who singled the left his first time. Takes that one up and in. Count quickly 2-0. Yeah, Kramersmeyer was up to bat and drilled it through the left side when we had that long video that we have to run. Have to run those videos from the Athletic Association to be able to video stream for you. That one's on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike. Count goes to 2-1. Gavin Grunhove waits on deck. Stretched by Max Fair, the pitch. Just outside, count goes to 3-1. Didn't miss by much, but just off the plate. Someone might have gone and told the people shooting off the fireworks across the street to maybe give it a rest for a little bit. Stretching the pitch, inside and low, second walk of the inning issued by Fair. And now Gavin Grunhove stands in, a strikeout victim his first time. He was trying to sacrifice a couple times, missed it, and then went down looking. So 2 on with 1 away. Bison threatening to add to their lead here. Fair from the stretch. Takes that one low and in. Does Grunhove, then gets past Stevens. And both runners going to move up. So Fair struggling a bit with control issues right now. He's walked 2, and that's a wild pitch to put 2 into scoring position. For the Bison, they've already got a 1-0 lead. Grunhove stands in. I'll admit I was confused when I saw him on the roster because I know he wrestles for Forest City, but then it took me a minute to realize North Iowa and Forest City share wrestling. So Fair from the stretch. This one chopped foul right towards us, towards the North Iowa dugout. It might have been a little up, but Grunhove gives it a hack. Count evens up at 1-1. Isley at third, Kramersmeyer at second. Stretching the pitch. That one's at the belt for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Top half of the fourth inning, North Iowa threatening to add to their lead. 1-2 pitch. That's high and away. 2-2. Carter Copen waits on deck. Lights not on yet here in Fonda. Top half of the fourth inning. Stretching the pitch. That one's at the belt for a called strike 3. Grunhove down for a second time, and there's now 2 away.
Next up, number 9, Carter Copen.
So normally you wouldn't be thinking about lights at 5:30-ish, 5:45. There we go. Had it right the first time, but a little cloud cover, making it a little darker than normal. This one swung on, fouled straight back by Copen. Count goes to 0-1. Runners at second and third for the Bison, but now 2 away. Fair trying to get around a couple of walks and a wild pitch this inning. The stretch and the pitch. On the outside corner, Copen couldn't pull the trigger, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Copen. He went with a big cut there, didn't get it. And the Bison unable to take advantage. And we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Halfway home here in Fonda. It's still North Iowa 1 and West Bend-Mallard nothing. We'll be back right after this here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Postseason baseball and softball are brought to you in part by these sports boosters.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Grand Jeanette Jewelry. Think inside the box.
Goshi Custom Cabinets. They'll meet all your kitchen countertop and cabinet needs.
Lance and Tracy Ludwig, your Channel Seed dealer in Westlake.
Lentz Funeral Home. Someone who cares and understands.
Thompson Sewer and Drain of Lone Rock.
Redding Gravel and Excavating, serving Algona and the surrounding area since 1948.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Announcing new mobile service from Chemna Auto Center. They're committed to bringing you service you can trust no matter where you are or what your calendar looks like. If you can't find time to visit them for service in Algona, they can come to you. Whether for factory recalls or they'll bring the service center to you. With their mobile service, you can get the Chemna service excellence you know and trust without ever leaving your home or business. Call 515-395-EASY for Chemna Mobile Service.
We head to the home half of the fourth inning. West Bend-Mallard trailing by a count of 1-0. It'll be Carson Schneider, Mitch Stevens, and Colton Hoover due up against Jamison Kramersmeyer. Wolverines with just a pair of hits through 3 innings. Kramersmeyer has faced one over the minimum. Breaking ball swung on, popped up towards second base, drifting back into shallow right field, and making that catch for the Bison is Brennan Price, and there's quickly one away. Went after that breaking ball, but got in on the hands a little bit, popped it up shallow right, and Price with no problems on that. Quickly one up, one down. Here's Mitch Stevens. He popped out to second base his first time up. Breaking ball, this one popped up foul off to the right side. Oh, it hit the light pole and stayed in. That doesn't happen very often. Hit the light pole about midway up and stayed in play here, but 0 on the count. No balls and a strike. Kramersmeyer ready to go. They wind up in the pitch. Let's low in the dirt. Good stop behind the plate there by Copen. 1-1. Wolverines had a 1-out single back in the second, but that was erased on a double play. Max Fair singled the last inning, but then 3 straight strikeouts got Kramersmeyer out of it. This one was a little bit low, but swung on and fouled by Stevens, and it's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Might have got more of Copen than we thought as the umpire out to give him a minute. As catching is not something for the faint of heart. You take a lot of foul tips. Shots to the face. That's why they wear a mask, but still doesn't feel great. 1-2, breaking ball over for a called strike 3, and Stevens is retired, and there's now 2 down.
Next up, number 4, Colton Hoover.
5th strikeout for Kramersmeyer this evening. As Colton Hoover stands in. Ground out to shortstop his first time. Kramersmeyer ready to go. Nobody on with 2 away here in the 4th. Wind up in the pitch. Swung grounded sharply towards second base. Takes a hop right at the end. And Hoover will reach. That was a tough break there for Price. If I was scoring this game, I'd give that one a hit because he was right there in position and just bounced in a funny way and bounced past him. That took a hop right at the edge of the infield grass. So I would give that an infield hit, or I'd give that a hit for Colton Hoover. So he's aboard with 2 away. Kramersmeyer stands in, still has 2 outs. Fogarty singled his first time. Grounds this one back up the middle, ranging to his left. Able to get there and step on second base for the Bison is Charlie Schaefer, and that'll do it for the Wolverines here in the 4th. No runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left, or 1 left on base, I should say. After 4 complete, still North Iowa 1, West Bend-Mallard nothing. Back after this timeout here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
More postseason sports boosters making these broadcasts possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Meyer Home Improvement, your siding and windows expert.
Steyer Flooring, home of the Florinator.
Cook Scrap Iron and Metal at 900 East McGregor Street in Algona.
Anytime Fitness, open 24 hours a day for fitness.
Stroman Family Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Algona Feed Store, with all your feed needs.
Exit Realty, helping you find your dream home.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Renovate, remodel, or build new with Bob Becker Construction and Wesley Lumber. They've worked on countless projects with contractors and homeowners on residential and commercial construction. They can help you with house plans, cabinet design, window selection, door selection, and patio and deck design. They'll manage the project from start to finish. Call Bob Becker Construction today at 679-4011 for a free quote. Bob Becker Construction and Wesley Lumber, building you a better foundation.
We come back. 4 innings will be all for Max Fair tonight. Finishes with 66 pitches, walked 2, struck out 9. Allowed a run on just a couple of hits. But now into the game to pitch for the Wolverines. Houston Nielsen will come in. Nielsen, a sophomore, a record of 2-1 on this season. 29 2/3 innings pitched.
Leading off, number 12, Kevin.
Hits 20 runs, 19 earned, 13 walks, and struck out 35. Has an ERA of 4.48 and a 1.48 whip. As Nielsen comes in, his first batter faced. Number 12, Kevin Hagan, struck out Lupton his first time, but that first offering up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. It's Fair, as I said, through 66 pitches in 4 innings. This one swung on, lined into left center field, drifting back and making the catch out in left center field. And there was number 21, Wes Anderson. Looked like he might have gotten over his head for a second, came in and then kind of leaped backwards, but quickly won away. Walker Johnson stands in, also a strikeout victim his first time. The windup by Nielsen in the pitch is a breaking ball that stays high. That one slipped a little bit from him. 1-0 the count. Top of the order coming up next. That fastball's in at the knees for a called strike. 1-1 to Walker Johnson at the top of the order, and Brendan Price coming up. Wind up in the pitch. High for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Houston Nielsen back on the rubber, ready to go. Breaking ball. That one stays high and in. Caused Walker Johnson to duck out of the way, but it's 3-1 now. Nielsen ready to go. The wind up in the pitch. Another breaking ball. That one's over for a called strike. 3-1 breaking ball. And the count goes full, 3-2. Wind up and the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for a strikeout, and then there's 2 down. Got the fastball by him there.
Next up, number 16, Brendan Price.
Top of the order, Brendan Price coming up. He walked and scored the only run of the game back in the first inning. He's also struck out for 0 for 1 tonight with a run scored. And the pitch. Breaking ball stays high. It broke back over the plate, but it was a little too high. 1 ball, no strikes. Charlie Schaefer waits on deck should the inning continue. Wind up in the pitch. Another breaking ball. That one's low and away. 2-0. Nielsen gets back on the rubber. I'll get the sign from Stevens. Wind up in the 2-0. Fastball stays high. 3-0 down the count. Three balls with no strikes. Top half of the 5th inning, still a 1-run game. Wind up in the pitch. That one's over for a called strike. 3-1. Brendan Price taking all the way right there. Nielsen trying to battle back and make this a 1-2-3 frame. 3-1. That's in the dirt. Hop to the plate. First walk issued by Nielsen. 2-out walk. Runner at first and 2 away here for Charlie Schaefer. He struck out twice, once swinging, once looking. Nielsen will work from the stretch for the first time. Bison would love to add to their 1-0 lead. Stretch in the pitch by Nielsen, just a bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Next game here will be Grettinger Terrell Ruth Van Ayrshire against Newell Fonda. The winners will meet next week just after the 4th. Stretch in the pitch. High. 2-0. Well, the fireworks had stopped for a little bit, but there was one right there. Nielsen ready to go. Throws over to first, but back in time is Brendan Price. Nielsen peers in, gets the sign. Third baseman Max Fair now. He was creeping in, expecting a bunt or so, but 2 outs and be ill-advised. Count goes to 3-0. Max Fair went to third. Ackridge moved over to shortstop. As Nielsen was playing short, he comes in to pitch. 3 balls and no strikes. That one's over for a strike. Took something off just to get it over. 3-1 to Charlie Schaefer. Nielsen got the first 2 outs, but then a 5-pitch walk to Brendan Price. The pitch. That one's on the corner for a strike, and obviously Schaefer didn't think it was there. He tossed his bat back and was ready to head to first base. So he'll have to face a 3-2 pitch now from Houston Nielsen. Nielsen comes set, the payoff pitch. Allowing for ball 4. So back-to-back walks here now with 2 away, and the Bison have 2 people on base for the first time tonight. So up to bat now, Hayden Minders. He singled to right, drove in the only run of the game, and has also popped out to third. He was thrown out trying to go to second base on that on that fly ball to right. Takes that pitch low and away, ball 1. Nielsen got the first 2 outs, now down 1-0 here after walking the last 2. That's at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. 1-1 the count. Minders digging back in. The pitch. Breaking ball just off the inside corner. 2-1. Being encouraged by his teammates to lean into that one. It's always easy to say from the on-deck circle, hey, just take that pitch right off the elbow. 2-1. Low and away, 3-1. But not to say that Anthony Isley's the only one that does that. Every baseball player will tell a teammate, hey, just take that one, even if it's right at their head. 3 balls and a strike. Nielsen trying to avoid walking the bases loaded here. Stretch from the pitch. That's, well, that one might have been a bit low, but called a strike. 3-2. Nielsen trying to adjust the mound and get it to his liking, trying to get out. Well, the runners would be going throw back to second. Oh, they got him. They got him out. Brendan Price leaned too far on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Like that, runners are going to be going. But Price let off just a little too far, and Houston Nielsen turns and fires him out to end 4.5 innings. Still 1-0 as the Bison leave 1 on base after the pickoff, and they will have Minders still up to bat when we head to the top of the 6th. As it is 1-0 after 4.5, back to after this here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much. But what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in, and try and get them in the right direction.
Bottom half of the 5th. Houston Nielsen, Max Fair, Sam Fair for West Bend-Mallard. And Houston Nielsen takes the first pitch, lines it out into right center field for a base hit. And then the ball gets past the right fielder, but not far enough for Nielsen to advance. So Be a leadoff single for the sophomore who hit that double play his first time up.
Next up, number 2.
Here comes Max Fair. He singled, ended up at third base, back into third, but was stranded there. So Kramersmeyer works here in the 5th. He's only thrown 35 pitches through the first 4 innings. Long look at Nielsen over at first base from the stretch. A pitch on the way to Max Fair. This one's swung on, rifled into left field for a base hit right past the third baseman for the Bison, Anthony Isley. And back-to-back singles to lead off the 5th here for West Bend-Mallard. Their best scoring opportunity thus far with 2 on and nobody out. Trying to tie this game at least and maybe take the lead here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Sam Fair struck out swinging his first time up, but wouldn't be surprised to see him lay a bunt down here with nobody out. From the stretch, Kramersmeyer checks both runners. The pitch. Big hook goes outside, 1-0. So both Nielsen and Max Fair going after the first pitch. One single to left, one to right. Kramersmeyer comes set, 1-0. Stretching the pitch. Foul, a fastball up at Sam's eyes, and he couldn't lay off. 1-1. That's how he struck out the first time. It was up over his head. Only 4 hits allowed by Kramersmeyer this evening as the fireworks continue. Stretch and the pitch. Swan chops slowly towards third, but foul. And the count now goes to 1-2. See if he can protect it, at least advance the runners here. Shading towards left field. Big gap down the right field line if he could take one that way. Sam Fair, Jason Ackridge up next. Then back to the top of the order and Wes Anderson. Kramersmeyer gets the sign, comes set. Quick glance back to second. Stretching the pitch. Swung on this one, skied into right field. The drifting back is Walker Johnson. He's under it, makes the catch. Houston Nielsen's going to tag and go to third. So he'll be there with 1 away, but 1 down is Sam Fair able to get a piece of it and at least move the runner up. So 1 down for Jason Ackridge, who was playing third, now playing short for the Wolverines. I'd be betting that Max Fair will be stealing on this pitch with runners at first and third with only 1 away. Kramersmeyer looks over at second or first base, comes set. The old fake to third, try and see if the first baseman's running or the person at first is running, but Max Fair was not moving, so nothing doing there. From the stretch, first offering to Ackridge, the pitch. Inside with a fastball. 1-0, and now the Wolverines team. Kramersmeyer down 1 ball, no strikes. They stretch the pitch. Breaking ball, so on, grounded towards shortstop. Fielded there, they go to second for 1. Relay to first is in time. A 6-4-3 double play, and the Bison get out of it. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base after 5 completed is still 1-0 in favor of North Iowa. We'll be back right after this here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Postseason Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio. Brought to you by these sports boosters.
Algona Manor Care Center, your home away from home with quality care.
Fairway Meat and Grocery of Algona. Everything's easier, fresher, and faster with Algona Fairway.
Wine and Spirits, locally owned at 111 South Phillips Street.
Algona Dairy Queen. Enjoy your favorite DQ treats this season.
Klepper and Trainer's Family Vision Clinic in Algona.
Bauer Plumbing and Heating in Emmetsburg and Algona.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
The sports season is upon us, and we're here to help make it the best one yet. This is Shane Meschke, physical therapist at Kossuth Regional Health Center. Don't let sore muscles, tightness, aches, pains, and injuries get in the way of achieving your goals. Our therapy staff is here to help you get back to peak performance. Working closely with the doctors and healthcare staff, we take a team approach to create a recovery plan personalized for you. Along with sports medicine services, KRHC also offers family medicine, 24-hour emergency care, x-ray services, and more. Good luck to all our area athletes this season, and remember, KRHC will be here for you.
Bend-Mallard, 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255. 1 800 848 8255.
Bye. top half of the 6th inning. And West Bend-Mallard still trailing 1-0. Hayden Minders comes back to bat. He was in a 3-2 count when Houston Nielsen picked off Brendan Price out at second base. So he'll start over here in the 6th. Nielsen from the windup. The breaking ball is low, and Minders lays off. 1 ball and no strikes. Minders, then Isley, then Jamison Kramersmeyer. Nielsen winds and fires. Another breaking ball. It's low and in. 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. The windup and the offering on the way. Fastball, that's inside, and the count quickly to 3-0. So Nielsen quickly down 3 balls and no strikes. They wind up in the pitch. That one's outside for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Hayden Minders. And he's aboard with nobody out to lead off the 6th inning. Bison lead 1-0. Trying to add to it here. Isley stands in. He walked his last time up. He's also struck out. Minders leads away from first, and he's almost going. Houston Nielsen throws over and drives him back, but he was almost ready to take off and run. 1 ball and no strikes. You're listening to Tournament Baseball. You're on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. Nielsen from the belt. Checks the runner. He's going. The pitch is low, and Stevens can't quite squeeze it, so Minders is with a stolen base at second base. As our streaming sponsors, as always, the Algona Municipal Utilities. Also, your Kemna Auto Center in Algona. As possible is that one's in fair territory, but it hit the foot of Isley. That'll be a strike, and it's 1-1. That's a painful strike right there. Yeah. Sometimes it hits right at the junction of your ankle and foot, and you can go numb for a second. Count evens up at 1-1. Minders out at second. Isley trying to drive in a second run for North Iowa. The pitch in the dirt. Isley lays off. 2-1. Kramersmeyer standing in front of us on deck. He was yelling at Minders to get back. So he'd gotten off the bag a little bit. Thought Stevens might come up throwing. 2-1 on the way. Well, that was way over his head. 3-1. 3 balls and no strike. 1 strike, I should say. 3-1 the count. Kramersmeyer on deck. From the belt, Nielsen trying to avoid back-to-back walks. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Isley went after it, came up empty. 3-2 now. From the belt, Nielsen ready to go. Payoff pitch. Swung on line, down the left field line. It's a base hit. Minders is rounding third, but he's going to stay there. As the Wolverines get it back in quickly. Wes Anderson able to get it back in, but now it's runners at the corners for North Iowa. Nobody out. In the top half of the 6th inning, trying to double their lead, make it 2-0. Nielsen peers in, gets a sign, comes set, and he's going to step off and chase Isley back to the bag. Nielsen, once again, comes set. Fakes a throw over to first base. Nielsen, in a little more than an inning, he's already thrown 35. Stretching the pitch. At the belt for a called strike. Isley tries to draw a throw down to second base. He was jogging in between first and second, but West Bend-Mallard not going to throw through. So second and third now with nobody out. Count at 1-1 here to Kramersmeyer. The pitch. Breaking ball over for called strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Gavin Grunhoved on deck. Nielsen trying to find a first out here in this inning. Stretch in the pitch. Fastball low, gets past Stevens. Coming in from third is Minders. The throw to the plate is going to be in time. They got him. Perfect throw by Stevens right to Nielsen covering the base. And Minders slides right into the tag. He's retired at 2-1. 1 out. Now moving to third base on that one was Isley. So interesting way to get the first out of the inning. It's now 2-2 to Kramersmeyer. But you get it out here, and you got a chance to get out of this inning unscathed. Stretch of the pitch. Fastball high, and Kramersmeyer lays off. 3-2 the count. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on the pitch. High for ball 4, second walk of the inning.
Next up, number 4, Gavin Grunholt.
So now runners at first and third once again. Here's Gavin Grunholt standing up. He's struck out twice tonight. If you can put it in play somewhere here, you got a chance to score the second run. Kramer-Myers is going to be going to, throw over. Oh, they almost had him too. But just before Nielsen threw over, he started drifting back towards the bag as he was about to take off running. Max Fair in at third. Stretch by Nielsen in the pitch. Low, and as I say, Kramersmeyer also taking a deliberate path to second base, trying to draw Stevens into throwing over. As that pitch was low, 1-0 here to Gavin Grunholt. Carter Copen on deck. The pitch. Over the outside corner with a breaking ball, 1-1. So once again, runners at second and third, only 1 out. The only out retired was on a wild pitch that Stevens was able to get to and throw to Nielsen for the out at home. That's low, and it's now 2-1 to Gavin Grunholt. Grunholt has struck out twice, both looking. The stretch by Nielsen in the pitch. That's high and in, and it's now 3-0. Or 3-1, I should say. 3 balls and a strike. Nielsen's now throwing more pitches in an inning and a third than Kramersmeyer has in 5. The stretch by Houston Nielsen, the pitch. That's low for ball 4.
Next up, number 9.
Third walk of the inning by Nielsen. He's walked 4 here in an inning and a third. And now Max Fair is going to come back in and pitch. So Nielsen walked 4, struck out 1 in an inning and a third. He's responsible for all 3 runners on base. So Max Fair comes back in. He's already thrown 66 pitches. But he can throw up to 110, so he's still got plenty of pitches available. So they go back to their original defensive lineup. Fair pitching. Ackridge goes back to third, and Nielsen goes back to shortstop. Wind up in the pitch by Max Fair. It's right down the middle. It's popped up towards second base. Coming over is Sam Fair from first base. The infield, the batter was out. It was an infield fly rule.
Next up, number 12, Kevin
But
Hayes.
Sam Fair came over in front of the second baseman, Carson Schneider, made the catch. And there's 2 down now. Carter Copen went after the first pitch. Now Kevin Hagan stands in. Still bases loaded, though. The pitch. Right down the middle with a fastball. It's called strike. 1-0. Or 0-1, should say. Walker Johnson on deck. Another fastball. Swing and a miss. Tardy was Hagan. And it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The windup in the pitch from Max Fair. Fastball high, 1-2. Trying to get out of this unscathed and keep it a 1-run game. Bison had a runner thrown out at the plate of this inning. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Fair's able to get the strikeout after a pop out. So comes in with 1 out, bases loaded, gets out of it. No runs for the Bison. No runs on a hit, 3 walks. They leave the bases loaded after 5.5. Still 1-0 in favor of North Iowa. Back after this here on Home Country Radio KLGZ and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Postseason baseball and softball are brought to you in part by these sports boosters.
Sportsman's Corner, your power sports headquarters. Can-Am and Honda side-by-sides at ATVs and motorcycles.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping. Design, transform, and enjoy your lawn.
Nutrient Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Advanced Drainage Systems. Mike Arndorfer, sales rep.
Good Samaritan Society in Algona. Senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio. Postseason baseball and softball are brought to you in part by these sports boosters.
Daylight Donuts open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Iowa Lakes Community College. Your community, your college.
Hy-Vee. Use the fuel saver. Fill your cart. Fuel your car.
Murphy Realty and Management, serving Algona and the surrounding communities.
River Road Golf Club. Your friends are here.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Top of the order for West Bend-Mallard here in their half of the sixth. Wes Anderson, Carson Schneider, Mitch Stevens against Jamison Kramersmeyer. As this one bunted down the third base line by Anderson, but it's going to be foul. The Wolverines had their best threat back in the fifth. Back-to-back hits to start the inning, a fly ball to right, moved them to third. And then a steal ended up with second and third, but then a 6-4-3 double play ended the frame. Kramersmeyer winds and fires the 0-1 here to Anderson. Swung on, popped foul out of play right behind us here, and it's quickly 0-2. Kansas. Kramersmeyer ready to go, the 0-2. Breaking ball, swung on, chopped towards third. Charging, making the play over to first base. In time, there was Charlie Schaefer. Took his time with the throw, but made it in time, and there's one away. Schneider struck out swinging. Has also popped out to second base this evening. In the bottom half of the sixth inning, you're listening to Tournament Baseball here on KLGZ. AM 1600, 98.5 FM on your radio dial. That breaking ball just off the plate, 1-0. Also on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. Wind up by Kramersmeyer in the pitch. In there at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. Had an update from Algona. Harris Lake Park trailing West Hancock 2-0. Bottom five over there. The winner of that one will play the winner between Bishop Garrigan and St. Ed's. The pitch from Kramersmeyer. Big breaking ball swung on, popped up, shallow right field. Drifting out as a second baseman, Brendan Price makes the catch, falling to his rear end, and there's two away. So Schneider pops out to second base for the second straight time, and there's two down. The game 7 o'clock on Hometown Radio KLGA. That'll also be available on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. Kramersmeyer trying to work a quick sixth inning. He's only thrown 48 pitches. Breaking ball. That one stays high. Mitch Stevens lays off. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out to second, and he's struck out tonight. 1 ball and no strikes. Kramersmeyer ready to go. And wind up in the pitch on the way. Fastball at the belt for a called strike, and it's now 1-2. Yeah, I was going to say, they do not have, it's 3-2 on the scoreboard. There, they got to reset. Ball and 2 strikes. Kramersmeyer ready to go. The wind up and the pitch. Breaking ball stays high, 2-2. He's finally eclipsed the 50 pitch mark. Okay, guys, we get it. You got fireworks, but seriously, the 2-2 inside almost hit him. 3-2. Yeah, that's getting ridiculous there. 3-2 the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on, hit off the end of the bat, foul. Let's say it hit him in the box, so it'll still be 3-2. They might want to save some for the Newell Fonda game. You know, they don't have to get rid of them during this one. But, hey, maybe they got a lot. I don't know. Maybe they have a lot of them. Depending on, sometimes you can get them cheap, 3 for 1, something like that. But 3 balls, 2 strikes again to Mitch Stevens. 2 outs, nobody on here. Bottom 6. Kramersmeyer ready to go. Breaking ball, Swan line softly towards shortstop. Schaefer has it on a hop. Steps, makes the throw in time. Stevens was hustling down the line but couldn't get there before the throw. And the Wolverines are retired in order here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on after 6 complete. North Iowa 1, West Bend-Mallard nothing. Back after this time out here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Postseason baseball and softball are brought to you in part by these sports boosters.
The Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Steyr Ag Aviation, aerial and ground application agronomy services.
JDR Seed of Wesley, your Whiffle seed dealer.
State Line Cooperative, real people, real pride.
Miller Sports and Service, your local Kawasaki, Kemco, ATV, and Aluma trailer dealer.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
A big bank can deliver the products you need and the convenience you expect. A small bank can make you feel like family. At Fidelity Bank and Trust, we don't think you should have to choose. Your hometown bankers have roots here. We understand the community and why you want to live here, because we live here too. We're big enough to deliver, yet small enough to care. Fidelity Bank and Trust, your hometown bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your hometown Fidelity Bank and Trust, located in Bancroft, Iowa.
Top half of the 7th inning, North Iowa clinging to a 1-run lead, 1-0. They got that run in the top half of the 1st inning. Nothing since that time. And Max Fair back on the mound for the Wolverines. He went the first 4 innings. Then Houston Nielsen came in, got through an inning and a third.
Number 22, Walker Johnson.
And now Max back in. He threw 6 pitches last inning to get out, or excuse me, 5 pitches last inning to get out of a jam. 9-1-2 for North Iowa. Walker Johnson, then Brendan Price and Charlie Schaefer due up. Johnson, a strikeout victim his first 2 times. Chops this one towards third base. Ackridge has it on a hop. Throws over first, throws low, and Sam Fair can't scoop it. The ball goes under the fence. Ball goes under the fence over at first base. So Walker Johnson stays put at second. That's probably the first legitimate error of the game. You probably could have given one in that first inning on the fly ball that was hit to right field that Colton Hoover couldn't come up with. He dove for it. That's hard to give an error on that one, but that one was a throwing error by Ackridge. And not only that, but Schaefer goes to second base on the throw. Top of the order now with a runner at second. No outs as Brendan Price swings and misses. Had a big hack at that one. Came up empty. 0-1. He walked his last time, was stranded at second, walked back in the first, and scored the only run of the game. Takes that one outside. The count evens up at 1-1. So Schaefer safe on the air, goes to second. The ball actually went out of play. He's stretched by Fair in the pitch. In the dirt, ball gets past Stevens, so Schaefer will go to third on the wild pitch. So he's at third with nobody out, and the Bison really threatening to extend their lead. 3 balls and a strike. Or excuse me, 2 balls and a strike here. Max Fair from the belt. A stretch in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count evens up 2-2. Runner at third for the Bison. The pitch in the dirt. But a nice block behind the plate by Stevens. And that keeps Johnson from trying to score, and the count goes full, 3-2. Fair could use a strikeout right here. And now we got a horn honking down the street. We've had fireworks, got the horn blaring. There's some more fireworks. A little bit of everything tonight. The stretch in the pitch, payoff pitch from Fair. Price fouls it off. He hit it far back there. Unfortunately, not far enough to get the people that were setting off those fireworks. That might stop him for a little bit. Payoff pitch again from Fair to Brendan Price. Stretch and the payoff is in the dirt for ball 4, and it gets past Stevens, but Schaefer stays put at third base. Stevens did a nice job of hustling back to get that one, and they keep Walker at third, Walker Johnson. So Price walks for the third time tonight. And now Charlie Schaefer stands in. He made a couple nice plays at shortstop. Walked his last time as well. He was 0 for 2 with his 2 strikeouts, but did walk his last time. Hayden Minders in the on-deck circle for North Iowa. Stretch by Max Fair in the pitch. Runner taking second. Heads up play by Johnson at third base. Didn't take off when Steven acted like he was throwing all the way to second, but Houston Nielsen cuts it off. So it's 1-0 to Charlie Schaefer. This one popped foul out of play. Actually, it was a strike the first pitch. That one fouled off. 0-2. 0-2. Schaefer puts his ball in play. Likely he'll bring in a run. Infield in at all 4 positions. Stretch in the pitch. Just outside and low. Now it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third right now for North Iowa. Fair looking for the first out this inning. The pitch. Fastball got it up over the hands, and Schaefer unable to connect. He's down on strikes, and there's one away. Schaefer down on strikes for the third time tonight. Minders walked his last time. He was thrown out at home trying to score on a wild pitch. That could have made it 2-0. That fastball sails high, but a good grab by Stevens. Keeps it from going to the backstop. 1-0. Minders is singled. Popped out and walked tonight, 1 for 2. Stretch by Max Fair. He's going to fake a throw to third base, but Walker not biting. High for ball 2. 85 pitches. Peers in, gets a sign from Stevens, comes set. The stretch and the pitch. That's low for ball 3. North Iowa got that run in the top of the first, looking to add to it here in the top of the 7th. It's been a scoreless game since that time. And now time taken by the West Bend-Mallard infield. They're going to talk things over. Runner at second with 1 away. West Bend, or the GTRA and Newell Fonda teams starting to get loose, as they are the late game here tonight in Fonda. Newell Fonda School District splits things up. They've got their football field, the gym, over in Newell. Baseball, softball fields over here in Fonda. Stretch by Max Fair, and the pitch to Minders. That's low as well, ball 4. So a walk by Fair to Minders. The bases are now loaded for North Iowa with only 1 away. Anthony Isley stands in. He singled sharply to left field his last time, was stranded at third. He's walked and was stranded at third back in the 4th, was also struck out. Took a daddy hack at that one, came up empty, 0-1. Max Fair working from the windup again. The pitch. High fastball. Isley lays off. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. The pitch. Swings and misses as that fastball from Fair gets by him, and it's 1-2. Kramersmeyer up next. He'll try to add to his lead. Barring a double play. The pitch. High. 2-2. The West Bend-Mallard fans wanted that one, but I thought that one was high myself. It was above the letters. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Fair. That's high as well. 3-2. Count goes full to Isley, but a walk brings in a run right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Fair trying to avoid walking a runner in. That's low for ball 4. Did just that.
Next up, number 50, Jameson Kramer's.
Another walk as Walker Johnson, who led off this inning, getting on base via air, comes in to score. Base is still loaded. Still 1 out for West Bend-Mallard. Wind up in the pitch from Fair to Jamison. Kramersmeyer, he pops that pitch foul and out of play. 0-1. 1 out here in the 7th, now 2-0 in favor of North Iowa. Inning started with an error, then A walk, a strikeout, and back-to-back walks to bring him in. That one's at the belt for a called strike on Kramersmeyer, and he's down 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch there. Swung on and chopped foul out of play. Off to the right there, and still 0-2. Kramersmeyer has walked twice and singled. 1 for 1, been on base 3 times, and trying to do it again to add to the lead. 0-2 from Fair. Fastball is high, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Base is still full of Bison. Fair working from the windup. A ball and 2 strikes. Ready to go. The wind and fire. That's low. Nice scoop by Stevens. Keeps it in front of him and prevents another run from coming in. Fit it right now. He's running out of pitch. He's up to 98. But needs 2 outs here. The pitch. Off the plate away. The count now goes full to 3-2. He was 0-2 on him. Trying to avoid walking in a second run. Pitcher to pitcher right here. Fair gets the sign from Stevens and is ready to go. The windup and the payoff on the way. Low for ball 4. He's walked in another one. So lead now 3-0 for North Iowa. Base is still loaded with 1 away. And here comes Gavin Grunholt. He walked last time. Has also struck out for officially none as he re-entered after being taken out the first time. With only 1 out, we'll take a quick timeout. Back after this on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Postseason baseball and softball are brought to you in part by these sports boosters. Marceau's Golden Harvest Seed Sales.
Algona Hearing Center. Quality living through better hearing.
Billy Joe's Bar and Grill. Burgers and steaks cooked to perfection, along with chops, chicken, and seafood.
Bodie's Moonlight Garden. Find them at the Cassuth County Farmers Market.
Capacious Brothers Pioneer Seed.
Snap-on, the most valued tool storage solutions in the world.
Hying Endeavors, proud supporters of our area athletes.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Living in Iowa sure means we rely on our furnaces and air conditioners to keep us comfortable all year round. And that's why Algona Plumbing and Heating is proud to be your local trusted Armstrong dealer. They're committed to bringing you the highest quality products in heating and cooling, and it doesn't get any better than Armstrong furnaces and air conditioners. For all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, give them a call at 295-5240 or stop by their Dodge Street location. Live comfortably with Algona Plumbing and Heating.
Still in the top half of the 7th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Bison. They've already scored 2 to make it a 3-0 game. And here comes Colton Hoover in from right field to pitch. On the season, Hoover with a record of 0-1. He's only thrown 6 1/3 innings. Hitters hitting .400 against him. 12 hits, 9 runs, 9 earned. He's walked 9, hit a batter, struck out 9. And he walks into a bases loaded, 1 out situation with Gavin Grunholt coming to the plate. We close the book on Max Fair tonight. He goes 5 innings. He's walked 5, struck out 9, allowed 3 earned runs. That's all the runs in the game. Actually, I should say 5 and no, exactly 5 innings. I was wrong on that one. As Colton Hoover delivers his first pitch, it's low to Gavin Grunholt. 1-0. Grunholt walked his last time up, struck out twice before that. The pitch swung on, grounded sharply towards short. Houston Nielsen has it. He's coming home with the throw. He throws wide of the wide of the plate, I should say. And it'll be another run for the Bison as Stevens was trying to maintain contact with home plate with his right foot. Couldn't do it. Throw just off the mark there. Grunholt safe on the fielder's choice. And coming in to score there was Hayden Minders. That run charged to Max Fair. Hoover's offering here to Carter Copen is high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 4-0 now. North Iowa in front. The pitch. Swan, this one popped up behind third base. It's going to get down for a hit. Another run comes in to score. inning. As Ackridge comes in to score, Isley comes in to score for the Bison. Now 5-0. As Carter Copeland delivers his first hit and gets an RBI for it. That run also charged to fair. The swing and a miss. Kevin Hagan 0 for 3 tonight. 0-1 the count. Still bases full. Still 1 out. The pitch. It's high. Ball and a strike. To Kevin Hagan here. 9th batter of the inning. Wind up in the pitch. Inside and high. 2-1. Two and one the count here. Colton Hoover trying to find a way to get the Wolverines out of this 7th inning. The pitch. In there for a called strike. Evens up at 2-2. Hoover winds and fires a 2-2. Swing and a miss for a strike 3, and there's 2 away.
Now up, number 22.
So Walker Johnson bats for the 2nd time this inning. He reached on an error and came around to score the 2nd run of the game and the 1st run of this inning, the 1st of 4. Now they're going to have a runner over at first base for Copen, the catcher. Let's see, that is number 1. That's Braden Gray. He's an 8th grader. And he looks the part. Very baby-faced young man. First pitch to Walker Johnson is high for ball 1. Johnson hit the first pitch for Max Fair, his first time up this inning. Right to third base. The throwing error got him at 2nd. This one grounded slowly towards Sam Fair over at first. He'll take it to the bag himself. He'll win the race there, and that'll do it for the Bison in the 7th. But they get 4 runs on 1 hit. 1 very costly error, and they leave the bases loaded. After 6.5, it's North Iowa 5, West Bend-Mallard nothing. Back after this timeout here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
More postseason sports boosters making these broadcasts possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Holmes Animal Clinic. Animals large and small. They love them all.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Toll.
Style Salon. Your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Signworks Inc. For signage, custom shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Tafe Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Are you looking for a low-risk product with a higher interest rate? Hi, this is Alex Albert with Central Financial Group, and we are currently offering American Life multi-year guaranteed annuities at top-tier industry rates with current 3- and 5-year guaranteed interest rates over 5%. Contact myself, Doug Marlowe, Andy Jansen, Alex Schwark, or Jerry Binkendorf. Guarantees provided by annuities are subject to the financial strength of the issuing insurance company, not guaranteed by any bank or the FDIC. Excess withdrawals made during the withdrawal charge period may result in charges.
Bottom 7, last licks for the Wolverines. They're now down 5-0 after a very costly top half of the 7th inning where they gave up 4. Jamison Kramersmeyer trying to throw a perfect game. He's only thrown 54 pitches in this one. And he throws a breaking ball to Colton Hoover that he swings and misses at 0-1. Hoover singled his last time up, but was erased as part of was erased on a ground ball. The second base was forced out there at 2nd. It's also ground out to short tonight. Another breaking ball from Kramersmeyer. He swings through it. Quickly 0-2. Hoover, Fogarty, Nielsen. If anybody reaches Max Fair, gets another chance. Kramersmeyer ready with another offering. Low with a fastball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5-0 North Iowa, top 7. Wind up in the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, he went around. It's in the dirt. They'll have to throw down to first, but elementary at that point as Hoover went around to strike 3.
Next up, number 7, Tyler.
1 down now here, top 7. Strikeout number 6 on the night for Kramersmeyer. Trying to complete the shutout here. Tyler Fogarty singled his first time, but was erased on a double play. He's also grounded out. Takes a fastball for a called strike, 0-1. The windup and the offering from Kramersmeyer on the way. Fastball popped foul. That'll get out of play off to our right. Quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Kramersmeyer ready to go once again. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on a miss for strike 3. It's dropped behind home plate. But Copen gets to it, fires the Minders in time. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the 7th. And West Bend-Mallard's season is down to 1 out. Houston Nielsen stands in. He grounded into a double play. He's also singled tonight. He singled to start the 5th inning, but that inning was erased on another double play. Kramersmeyer at 61 pitches through 6 2/3. Wind up and the first offering to Houston Nielsen. A breaking ball swung on, chopped to the left side. Schaefer has it on 2 hops, fires the first in time, and that's the ball game. Kramersmeyer throws the high school equivalent of a Maddox 62 pitch complete game and a shutout to boot, and North Iowa moves on with a 7-0 or a 5-0 win, I should say, in 7 innings tonight over West Bend-Mallard. 5-0 final score. Quick timeout. We will wrap up the broadcast after this here on Home Country Radio KLGZ and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Postseason sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio. Brought to you by these sports boosters.
Farmer State Bank, serving the communities of Whittemore, Algona, and West Bend.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, where community connects.
Erpelding Excavating. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Prism Wealth Advisors, your roadmap to financial freedom, serving Algona and the surrounding communities.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Announcing new mobile service from Chemna Auto Center. They're committed to bringing you service you can trust no matter where you are or what your calendar looks like. If you can't find time to visit them for service in Algona, they can come to you. Whether for factory recalls, oil change, or new windshield wipers, they'll bring the service center to you. With their mobile service, you can get the Chemna service excellence you know and trust without ever leaving your home or business. Call 515-395-EASY for Chemna Mobile Service.
Renovate, remodel, or build new with Bob Becker Construction and Wesley Lumber. They've worked on countless projects with contractors and homeowners on residential and commercial construction. They can help you with house plans, cabinet design, window selection. They'll manage the project from start to finish. Call Bob Becker Construction today at 679-4011 for a free quote. Bob Becker Construction and Wesley Lumber, building you a better foundation.
The sports season is upon us, and we're here to help make it the best one yet. This is Shane Meshke, physical therapist at Kossuth Regional Health Center. Don't let sore muscles, tightness, aches, pains, and injuries get in the way of achieving your goals. Our therapy staff is here to help you get back to peak performance. Working closely with the doctors and healthcare staff, we take a team approach to create a recovery plan personalized for you. Along with sports medicine services, KRHC also offers family medicine, 24-hour emergency care, x-ray services, and more. Good luck to all our area athletes this season, and remember, KRHC will be here for you.
Final score from Fonda. West Bend-Mallard bows out in the opening round of the district tournament by a final count of 5-0. As Jamison Kramersmeyer, the story of the night for North Iowa, he allowed only 4 hits, walked none, struck out 7 on the night, and gets the shutout victory. He entered the game 0-3 with a 7.24 ERA, but gets his first win on the mound this season and advances the Bison to play either Newell Fonda or GTRA coming up in the next round. You don't want to say what could happen, but likely Newell Fonda. GTRA has won one game all year, so it'd be a pretty massive upset if they don't play North Iowa coming up on Wednesday of next week. But we'll have to see what happens. That game coming up next, and we'll see what happens between Newell Fonda and GTRA. But just a masterpiece there from Kramersweiler. Wolverines had 4 hits on the night, but they grounded into 2 double plays that really killed their best scoring chances. One of those was in the second inning, a 5-4-3 double play, and then a 6-4-3 with runners at first and third for the Wolverines there in that 5th inning. And that was really a backbreaker. And then 4 runs on 1 hit in that 7th inning for the Bison. And that really broke it up. It was a 1-run game. North Iowa scored right away in the 1st inning, and then 4 runs in the 7th to bust it open there. As I said, Kramersweiler gets the win. Max Fair takes the loss as he comes in and throws just over 5 innings worth of work. He walked 7, struck out 9, 4 runs earned, 1 unearned, but tough loss there for the Wolverines. They bow out now at 5-16, while North Iowa improves to 6-16, and they'll play next Wednesday night back here in Fonda. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Got to thank my camera person, scoreboard person, Bernie Merrill, for making the trip over with me this evening. Thanks to all of our sponsors, streaming sponsors as well. Thank you very much for making this broadcast a possibility. Coming up in just a little bit over on Hometown Radio KLGA, it's Bishop Garrigan taking on St. Ed's. You can tune into that one with Tyler Lance. He'll have that one for you live from Bishop Garrigan. As the Bears, once again, you don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, but they just put up 22 runs the other night on St. Ed's. You would think they would move on, but we'll have to wait and see on that. And then we'll have more tournament coverage your way next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All more tournament coverage coming your way on Hometown and Home Country Radio. Once again, the final from Fonda, North Iowa defeated by a count of 5-0. This has been Brian Wilson here on Home Country Radio with another postseason game right here on Home Country Radio KLGZ.
Postseason baseball and softball are brought to you in part
Can-Am and Honda side-by-sides at ATVs and motorcycles.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping. Design, transform, and enjoy your lawn.
Nutrient Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Advanced Drainage Systems. Mike Arndorfer, sales rep.
Good Samaritan Society in Algona. Senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
All bringing you this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.